Tommy, a very frustrating 1-1 draw in the FA Cup extra preliminary round here at Balham.
Yeah, I think that's frustrating. Listen, we're in the FA Cup, that's the most important thing, but it's probably the worst game of football I've seen for quite a while. And that's not, I'm not talking about them. They're probably, I don't know, I'm not really fussed, but for us, said to the boys in there, our choice of pass, we wasn't getting any second balls, just not at the races. And I don't know why. The pitch was lovely, but it's just, I didn't see that coming, but it's 1-1, and the most important thing is we're still in it. And hopefully Tuesday we'll address it, we get a few bodies back as well. But yeah, just overall, a couple of boys, I thought, to be fair, the two centre-halves done their job, like they took a battle on their hand, and Jacob stepped in and done a brilliant job for us. So, but the rest I'm scratching around, and they're sort of done all right sort of performances, which isn't, I said to him, that's not what we're about here. And listen, the boys know we're nowhere near it. So the most important thing, we stayed in the cup.
Had a chance to win it there as well with the penalty. I know Tashi's going to be probably having a bit of a nightmare about that, but how important is it to dust himself down and continue to do that?
Listen, he got 4 on Saturday, so he's full of confidence, and I think that sort of might have summed the game up. And also, I think 2 minutes later, we've pushed the ball across the face of the goal, and Woody's got an open goal.
Woody and Tashi,
and they're both. That's Woody, because I think Tashi set up for any, but. And for somehow, I think it's either his heel and he's passed it back to the goalie, and we're like, that sums up the day. But listen, it's not a nice day, but it's we hadn't lost, so we're grateful for that. And we're just saying in there are going to be performances throughout the season. There's going to be another one of them. That happens, but I must admit I didn't expect it to happen on the first one. But it's done, and we move on.
I am going to touch on it. I think we are going to touch on the referee today.
Yeah, no worries.
From my point of view as a referee myself, I don't think it was a very good performance from the referee. Yeah. What about yourself?
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to analyse or give him marks out of 10 or whatever, but all I know is that he spoke aggressively to people, like when he come over to us. The first goal was a blatant foul, which he will see on, hopefully, when he watches the footage. And it wasn't even a corner for the first one, they're all retreating. So the little bits like that. But the fact now is that we get told you can talk to people. When we try and talk to people, there's nothing coming back. And it's same with the lineswoman. I was trying to have a chat with her in the first half about a couple of things. And that's the things that annoy me. I'm not worried about him having a bad day at the office and all that. We've had a bad day as a football. It happens. But we address it all and talk to them. I'm hoping that all we want to do is have a chat with them. And if they're not going to talk to you, then it goes against the protocol of what we got told in the start of the season. Like, talk to them and whatever. But anyway, he's not cost us the game. He cost us, well, I suppose he has really, because of the goal. It would have been 1-0. But I don't rely on them decisions. I rely on us being a lot better than what we were today.
Yeah, and like you said before, you can only control the controllables. You can't control referees. How important was it to ride out those moments when Balham did take a little bit of the edge off us? And how pleased were you with that? Yeah,
obviously Jacob was big for us today regarding coming for crosses, and there was a couple of instances where we're not marking in the box, but we've got some good blocks in. But overall, I think we've had the best 2 chances of the game to kill the game off, and we've not took them in what was, like I said, probably one of the worst games I've seen for, honestly, it can't be. He done big man.
I was about to say, what was your thoughts on any? Because he's got a skull, but he absolutely run the show at times.
I love him a bit. What he sees, what you get. He works his socks off. He doesn't get a lot of protection off the ref because of his size. He's got a brave goal, and it's something we've got to work on about getting closer in and around him. But not just off the pitch. He's a great lad to have in the changing room. Like, I've always got a smile on his face, and he gives you everything. So I'm pleased he's off the mark.
Last question before we move on.
Yeah.
Bradley Sims, any update on him? Because I know he's still quite stiff. But
any
real update?
I think you've got to give Bradley another week at least. Franny might be on his way back, but we definitely get Kieran Campbell, Ben Gorham. Obviously, we've got Jacob back today, but now whether we don't chance our arm on Tuesday and put Archie in between the sticks, I think that'll be the most sensible thing to do. And then obviously we get lads that weren't available as well today for other things. Like we had Piper, who's done really well for us, who had some charity thing, and Danny couldn't get time off work. So the bench was obviously light today. Obviously we had some issues with George and Archie, but listen, it happens in football. Like I said, the most important thing is we've come out today. We're still in the FA Cup. and we go again Tuesday, and hopefully we put a better performance on for the fans who are fantastic today that have come down here.
There was some really good ones, and then hopefully Tuesday night we now go to the replay, get a full house at Faversham, and try and move forward to try and play Mersham.
Definitely, and that'll be a tough game as well. But we've got to get through this one first. Fair play to them. They put themselves about today, and hopefully on Tuesday we can. Obviously we've got to. Like I said, we can't play like that. Not 2 games in a row. I expect one later on in the season probably, but after the pre-season we had, I didn't see that coming.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.